Welcome back to another ASMR video, and in this episode I'm going to be doing another one of my whisper, ramble, layered sound videos. I don't know exactly which other trigger I'm going to layer this with. You guys will obviously know because it'll be in the title. And you'll be hearing it already, but I could do a combination of three. I like to mix like the whispering with either like ear scratching or ear tapping or something like that with the rain sound effect, because I feel like it kind of adds that extra element to it and it helps drown out the white noise in the background. But we shall figure that out. What I'm going to be rambling about in this one is video games. So, the first Whisper Ramble I did kind of a mosh-posh of all my favorite things, movies, music, games, all that. And then the next one I just focused on movies, and that was like an hour long because there was a lot. With this one, I'm going to focus on games and kind of just list off my favorite games of all time and talk about them and why I like them. So now I'm video games specifically, because if I go into board games and card games, we'll be here for 3 hours. There's just too much to remember. I've grown up on board games and stuff, so card games. I learned Pinochle at a young age. I kind of forget how to play it now, but I would remember if I had to refresh or bridge. Even like adult games. I love games. And I'm sure there's still going to be some video games that I forget, but that's okay. I tried to write down some. I went through my collection briefly and just kind of glanced at them. And I love a lot of games. There's a lot of games I've enjoyed throughout my life, but I'm going to focus on, from what I can remember, were some of my favorites that I have a lot of good memories with. But enough rambling. This is a whisper ramble, but you know what I meant. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, the first one that I have down right here is probably my favorite game ever, at least like single-player story mode game, and that is The Last of Us. The Last of Us. The first one specifically, I've never actually played the second, but I remember when I got this game from GameStop, I beat it in like a day. Like I just no-lifed it all day, every day. Well, all day for one day, maybe two. And I took it back because I bought it used, and I beat it so quick that I just got my money back. But I have never been so emotionally invested in a game like I was The Last of Us. I keep saying us, The Last of Us. But that's why I say that it's my favorite, because I was emotionally invested like I am with a movie or a TV show that I really like, to the point where I teared up a little bit. The story is so good. The gameplay is good. It is a bit challenging in some spots, but that makes it even more fun. It's just like the perfect story-driven game. I haven't watched the TV show yet. I've heard that it's pretty much just based on the game, so I know it pretty much what's gonna happen, although it's been a while since I've played. But yeah, love that damn game. I think I have it, like on PlayStation Plus. I think they gave it out one of the months, but it's like not remastered, but I forget what it's called, but yeah, I'll have to see. Next up is one that you guys are probably familiar with on this channel, and that is Spyro. Now, specifically the original Spyro the Dragon for the PlayStation 1. I, again, played this so much as a kid. Not even just as a kid. As the years went by, I still played it critics and everything are gonna look at it and be like, oh, this is shit. No, you guys won't understand how amazingly beautiful that game was back in 1998 when it came out. I didn't start playing. I was just a baby at that point, so it's a little bit later when I played, but still, nevertheless, so good, and the gameplay's amazing. The story's what it is, but I just love Spyro. Now, this goes hand in hand with Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I only ever played the first one as a kid, and then when the Reignited Trilogy came out, I played the second and the third, and they're both really great as well. I'm biased towards the first, obviously, so I think it's better, but I think I could be wrong, but I would say that a lot of people probably like the sequels more because there is more to do. You're still collecting gems and releasing dragons, I think. I know you're collecting gems. I'm not sure about the dragons now that I say that. But there's just more mini games and stuff like that because, you know, as the years go on, ideas start to spawn. You build off of the base game. So, love me some Spyro. That is like a childhood favorite. Next up, these are in no particular order, but this one is kind of random. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King for PlayStation 2. I don't know what it is about this game, but I played it all the time as well. I think it was technically my cousin's game, but it's mine now. It's been mine for a while. I got a lot of like hand-me-down video games and stuff like that from cousins, but this game, I'm not even like a Lord of the Rings fan, really. I've seen bits and parts of them, you know, but like not enough to really know the story. It's just this game that I really, really love. I played it over and over, and it's like one of those games where, how do I explain it? It's like a completionist game, so you can unlock every single character, from Legolas to Gandalf onward, and you unlock them and you level them up by playing, and the more you level them up, the more you can upgrade it's almost like an RPG, like an MMO in a way, where you have different skills and abilities to unlock for each character and level them up, and there's many different levels, and then once you beat the game, you can activate cheat codes, and so there's a lot of levels, there's a lot of things to do, there's a lot of characters to max out, there's a lot of abilities, so it's just, no matter how much you play the game, you're never running out of something to do, and I think that really helps with the replayability of it. So yeah, I don't think I really ever played the others, or did I? I might have, but no, that's the one, the Return of the King is definitely the one I played. I had to look it up to make sure, but once I saw the cover, I was like, yep, that's it. Next up, this is another very, very, very random one. ATV Quad Power Racing 2. Now, this game I played so much on the PlayStation 2 that it's what caused my PlayStation 2 to not work anymore because I would leave it on constantly and just in the background and play it non-stop. And eventually my PlayStation 2 just shat the bed, and my mom ended up getting me another one, I think for Christmas and my birthday at some point, but yeah. So, it's I can't even explain why I loved it. I think there's nostalgia. It's another game my cousin I got from him, but he would play it with me, and I mean, there's a story mode where you can, you know, I wouldn't call it a story mode, it's just like any other racing story mode back in the day. You just go through track, they get harder as you go, you can get different vehicles that go faster and stuff like that, but there's also just a lot of free riding, and that's what me and my cousin would do a lot, where there's this open field basically on this map, and you can just drive forever and ever and ever. And a funny thing is there is an invisible boundary to the once you hit that, your character goes flying backwards off the ATV, and it's really fun. There was just so many things to do, certain areas of the map that you could go find and jump off. There was a train that would go around that would be fun to just, it's basically how many ways can you wreck. It's like Jackass almost. Just very fun. And then you could also kick people off. That was what was fun too. Me and my cousin would do that, just drive around kicking people, or we would play like an actual race against computers and kick everyone off. And then there is this other map that's like I don't want to call it a training, it's like a free ride. They do have training, which is fun too, to get your acceleration, and it's like a parkour type thing where you go up at ramps and you gotta stop and go through windy turns. But the free ride is very fun because there's just loop-de-loops. You can go up at the top and like shoot out. It's another game where there's just so much to do and you never get bored with it. I didn't even play the actual racing that much as I did the free ride and the training and stuff like that to try to beat everything. So, love that game. Next up, we have the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series, specifically 3 games. That is 1, 3, and American Wasteland. Now, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, I had at my grandmother's house on the PlayStation, so I would play that a lot there every time I'd go there. Well, not every time. Obviously, I didn't just say, alright, see you, Grandma, I'm going to play video games, but I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's house when I was young. So I played that a lot there. And then Tony Hawk Pro Skaters 3 I had in my house, so I obviously played that a lot as well. I had them for the PlayStation 1. I know Pro Skater 3 came out for the PS2, but I had the PS1 version. And then American Wasteland I loved because you could get off your skateboard and whack people with it. The storyline was fun. That was back when your imagination would run as a kid, and I would think that my character was me. So I would go around and collect every piece, and once you get to the end, and everyone's there, you got Tony Hawk skating, Bam Margera, freaking, Brain Fart, he's like my favorite. One of it's hard. I mean, I love Tony, but, oh my gosh, what's his name? He's like the king of flatland tricks, king of street style, basically. Oh, I'm Googling, because that's going to really drive me crazy that I can't think of his name right now. Best street skateboarding legend. Oh, that's his face. I see him. Rodney Mullen. There we go, Rodney Mullen. I couldn't think of his damn name. But yeah, and so like you collected every piece. The whole object was you were this nobody who's trying to make it big skater, and you would go do missions and side quests and earn money, and every time you would complete like one of the main quests, you would have to do a certain like thing on an object, like let's say the dinosaur head. Once you did that, the dinosaur head broke and stopped the protesters, and then Ziggy took it back to his ranch and added it to his skate park. And once you did everything, it made this custom giant skate park. Very fun game. No loading screens, which was like super crazy for back then. There was like a couple, but I think it means no loading screens if you're going from area to area, pretty much. You could just walk through. There was like a long pathway. That's kind of how they got around it. But yeah, I loved that. And then the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remastered for 1 and 2. So I did play all the first 3 games, but I never played Pro Skater 2 until this remake came out. But love them. Love me some Tony Hawk. Love skateboarding. I used to skate a little bit as a young kid. I could never do any tricks, but I got to the point where I was decent at just kind of riding around. I wasn't great. I think I kind of kept like my front foot forward because I just didn't. Again, I was very young, and then I stopped, and now I have no balance. So next up is another one you're familiar with, and that is Skyrim. Now I did play Oblivion. That's my name. That's not where heroes and stuff where you can rank up and choose the way you want to play. All of that stuff just really appeals to me, and it's such a beautiful game. You can just get lost in the scenery, honestly. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just a beautiful game that's fun. Next up is Call of Duty. I enjoyed multiplayer with friends and stuff, but I was a Treyarch fan. I never really cared for the Modern Warfares. World at War was the first one I ever. Well, no. I think I did play Call of Duty. I forget which one it was, but it was on like the DS. I remember that was a big thing in elementary or middle school. People would kind of link up and play that, and then I think I played on my cousin's Xbox or my friend's Xbox, but World at War was the first one that really got me into it, and that was because of the zombies. I love Call of Duty zombies. I enjoy World at War multiplayer. I loved Black Ops multiplayer. Oh, even just saying Black Ops multiplayer brings me back like goosebumps right now. To me and my best friend in high school, we met a couple people. Well, we met one guy online there, and through him, I met another person, and then through them, I met another person. Basically, I can trace down some of my closest, bestest personal friends that mean so much to me that I've grown to just love, all the way back to World at War, or to Black Ops, and so it has that special place in my heart. And then Black Ops 2 I really liked, Black Ops 3 I liked, and that was it. So World at War and the Black Ops games were my favorites, but zombies specifically, me and my friend, man, after high school we'd come home, we'd either play, well, this is on the list too, but GTA 5 or zombies. We would come home, he'd probably get his homework done, I'd procrastinate and do it late at night or that morning, the next morning, and then we'd just play zombies all day until it was bedtime some days, because I just loved it. It's one of those games that I will never get tired of. I think Black Ops 3 was the best because you had the old maps from World at War and Black Ops 1, but you also had new maps, which the new maps were, once they started adding all of the Easter eggs and all of this extra advanced stuff, that's when I lost some interest. I'm more of just, give me a good map, aesthetically, give me a wonder weapon, and let me train. That's me. I love to nuke down the Reese or the Giant, whichever one. Shinonuma was okay. Nocturne and Doten, that's what I was thinking of. All the original World at Wars for Rucht was pretty fun. Ascension is fun. What's the one in the theater? Not Nocturne, Doten. I can't think of it. It's Noct was the original. It's gonna bug me. I'm Googling again. Nocturne, Doten. Zombies. BO1. Come on, give me an answer. Oh, are you serious? Is it Keynote or Doten? That's what it is. Okay, so yeah, love zombies. Next up, I don't even know if I'd call this a favorite of my game, but I have it down here because it does remind me a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It's essentially the same thing, and I also had it at my grandmother's and played it a lot, and that is Dave Mirra BMX. I never beat it or got super far. I just have a lot of nostalgia with the first level specifically. The second, and I think maybe the third, I played a bit. But the first level, just riding around, trying to jump the train, listening to What I Got by Sublime, it just takes me back. So I threw it on there as like a little honorable mention. Next up is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Dave Mirra was for the PS1 also, by the way, but Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the PlayStation 1 version. Again, I had this at my grandmother's. You're seeing a trend there. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I do enjoy the films. I think I've seen all of them. I'm not the biggest fan of fantasy type of stuff. I'm more of a scary movie type of guy. But out of all of the cliche fantasy, I don't want to say trilogies, but you know, big franchises like Harry Potter, like Star Wars, like Lord of the Rings, all of that, Harry Potter's definitely my favorite. So I do enjoy the movies, and the game was so fun. Just walking around, kind of exploring Hogwarts, trying to do the side missions, and you know, the paintings would talk to you. Again, a lot of nostalgia with that game. Next up, we have my first and I think only Sega Genesis game. I did enjoy like Effector Man and Paperboy, Taz game, the Tasmanian Devil game. They were fun. I just didn't have it on my list as favorites, but one that I did was Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, a lot of memories playing this game with my cousins. I think my one cousin specifically, me and her would, like when she would babysit me, we'd play Sonic and stuff, and it's a fun game. I never beat it, but I do have a lot of good memories with that game, which is how a lot of these make the list. When you form those amazing memories as a young child, it really embeds that nostalgia into you that every time you think of it, or even if I go watch a YouTube video, I'm just like, that's nice. So, now I didn't write these down, but I'm adding them in here now because I just thought of it, and those are some GameCube games. I never owned GameCube, but my childhood best friend growing up did. His dad and my dad were best friends growing up, so like I've known him literally, he's like a year and a half, 2 years older than me. He's known me, I've known him since the day I was born. He had a GameCube, and I loved playing Pikmin. I don't know if I'd call it a favorite, but I loved Pikmin. Super Mario Sunshine was very fun. Super Smash Brothers Melee, that was fun. I don't think I played Paper Mario much. Yeah, those are the ones that come to the top of my head. Oh, and then there was a Sonic Adventure game, I think like Sonic Adventure 2, where you could hatch those little like eggs. Again, I had a lot of good memories with that, playing with them. More that I just thought of, I need to add some Nintendo 64 games. 007, baby. The original Call of Duty in terms of party first-person shooters. Oh my gosh. I just get back. I was never like amazing because I was so young when this happened, but I could think back to my cousins all playing in the living room on that 4 split screen and me watching, and just the intro, and then like the blood dripping down. Oh, so many good memories. What else? I mean, Mario Party, that's a classic. You can't go wrong with that. Mario Kart, I mean, and N64 is a classic, that's for damn sure. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, though, that I loved. I mean, the Mario games, obviously. Ocarina of Time. I'm not the biggest Zelda fan, I just haven't played it much, but I did really like Ocarina of Time. I mean, everybody does, but let's see. What else am I missing? I feel like there's something. Oh, Halo. I've never owned an Xbox. I don't ever really play any Xbox, but I did play a good bit of Halo at my cousin's. I think it was Halo 2. I would play the story mode over and over and over. And then with my friend, the same friend that had the GameCube, I think I played it with him some. He had like all the Halos, so I played most of them. At least the first several with him. The Energy Sword, that's what I loved. Next up is Grand Theft Auto, specifically San Andreas and GTA 5. I know everyone likes Vice City and Liberty City Streets. Is that it? I didn't play them growing up. I played San Andreas a lot, and that was so innovative for the time because you could just make your character what you wanted. If you wanted him to be buff, just go to the gym a lot. If you wanted him to be fat, just don't work out and eat a lot. If you wanted him to be slim, do a lot of cardio. Like, you get to do whatever you wanted with your character. And it was just a fun game to play. Everyone loves GTA. Probably shouldn't have been playing at that age, but I'm not one of those sticklers about games. I feel like if you're mature enough to understand what's happening in the game, and it's just a game, then I don't see an issue with it. It's a case-by-case basis, though. Not everybody's like that. And then GTA 5, the same friend that I would play zombies with a lot, me and him would play GTA 5. A couple of friends, actually, from high school. We would never really do a lot of missions. We would just BS around, do some races, just drive around. There was a tunnel where we would try to loop-de-loop a bunch of times. I have like some clips. I don't know if I have them anymore, but I did have clips, and I have a lot of screenshots, like pictures I took with my phone of me and my friend just BSing on GTA 5. So many good memories as well. Next up, this is kind of a different one, but the Hitman series, specifically Hitman Blood Money. That was the first one that I ever got. I picked it up at GameStop, or was it EB Games? I forget, but I picked it up and thought it was just, okay, let's try this out, and I fell in love with it. It was so fun. You're a hitman, and you have to go take out certain targets, and it's another game like the Lord of the Rings game, where there's so many levels, the whole series for that matter. I also have Hitman 3 that I really like, and then the Hitman, which was like kind of a reboot of the franchise, I think. So Blood Money, Hitman for the PS4, and then Hitman 3 for the PS. I think that was the 3. Because the Hitman was free on PlayStation Plus. I think my audio cut out. I don't know if that picked it up, but Hitman was free on the PlayStation Plus 1 month. And so I thought, oh, I had fun playing Blood Money. Let me download this and play it. Got addicted. Re-sparked my love for the franchise. And I think I might have pre-ordered Hitman 3, honestly. I loved it so much. But yeah, it's a game where so many levels, so many different ways to execute your target. Sometimes if you just want to, like with GTA, sometimes you want to act normal and drive around and follow the stop sign. Sometimes in Hitman, you don't want to be stealthy and you just want to go and balls to the wall and take out everybody in the level. There's so many different ways you could complete the levels. There's so many different achievements and trophies. Take out this person with this weapon. Take out this person with this poison. Go and find all the, like, you can, like, never get bored with it because there's so much stuff to do. Next up, these are two that I'm not going to go into detail with, but the NBA 2K games and the Madden games. I love basketball, and I love football, American football. I'm not a fan of soccer, and I am going to call it soccer because that's what it is to me. It's not football. I know it's football to a lot of you. Football. Okay, we'll call it football and football if you want. And it's a pet peeve of mine when Europeans get so angry because you call it soccer. It's not soccer. It's not bloody soccer, mate. It's football. It's not football. It's handball. And you'll get over it. I'm sorry. I know I'm pissing off a lot of people probably on the ASMR Craft server, but like, who cares? It's a game. We call it something. You call it something. Get over it. But yeah, I just love football and basketball, and I love those games. NBA more so than football or than Madden. Football's my favorite sport to watch, but basketball's my favorite sport to play. NBA 2K11 was probably my favorite. And then Madden. I loved Madden 03. That was like the first one I played, I think. And then Madden 11 was really fun as well. I know Madden 04 was kind of like everyone's unanimous favorite because of Michael Vick being a cheat code practically. Next up, we have the WWE or wrestling games. Now SmackDown games, the Raw games. I think I had SmackDown 1 or 2. I never owned Raw, but I did play it, I believe, at my friend's. Oh, speaking of, I just thought Super Monkey Ball. That was another fun one for the GameCube. It just came to me. A Bug's Life for the PlayStation 1. See, I'm gonna be forgetting games, but it is what it is. But the WWE games, I loved the SmackDown versus Raws. SmackDown versus Raw, SmackDown versus Raw. I don't think I had 06, but 07 I think I had 08, 09. No, I think I had the original, which was 05, 07, 8, 9, and 10, or 9 and 10. I forget. Maybe even 11, actually. I don't know. But, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, and SmackDown was it Just Bring It, I think. I think I played that one a good bit, but SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, that game, oh my gosh, so much freaking fun. We are down to the nitty gritty, and there are just last 2 that I have here. The first one is Guitar Hero. I don't even know if I'd call it one of my favorites per se, but I do have a lot of nostalgia playing it over and over and just staring at the screen with my cousins and not blinking for like 3 minutes straight. I had to play standing up. I think my cousin, she would play sitting down. I couldn't do that. I needed to stand up, put the strap on, and play that way. I never got good to where I could do like expert and hard mode even. I didn't like having to move. I would just do medium for the most part. But yeah, Guitar Hero 1 and 3 I think specifically I had good memories with. And then last but not least, World of Warcraft. This is a game that I always find myself returning to. I don't like to pay to play. I did pay for like maybe about a year or so of that game in like 2020 to early 2021, right about the time when the pandemic started. But I started playing when I was young, when my cousin got it. I think he got it when it first came out, but I think I really got into it during Burning Crusade. And then I got back into it again with Cataclysm on private servers. I loved WowBee's private server. It doesn't exist anymore, sadly, but lately, if I do want to play, I just play on a private server. I think it's Warmane. It's like the most populated one. It's Wrath of the Lich King. They do have a Pandaria server, but I just do Wrath. And yeah. Oh, I bumped my mic. Let me stop that. And they have different ways you can level up. You can do 1 times XP, 3, 5, or 7, I think. So if you kind of just want to shoot your way to the end game, you can do that, basically. But yeah, it's just, I love MMORPGs, but I've never found one I like as much as WoW. Every time I try to find a WoW substitute, it's okay. I've played so many of them, but it's just never WoW. I don't know if it's the nostalgia, but I just love the classes, the races, the abilities, the nostalgia, the scenery, Stormwind. I was always an Alliance player, although the Blood Elf is my favorite character. It's really the only Horde model that I like. I don't really like Orcs or Taurens, Goblins. Undead is okay, but I think, and I like Stormwind better than Ogremore anyway, so I don't know. It just sucks that of course the Blood Elf has to be on the Horde side. But yeah, a lot of memories with that game too. A lot of memories on some private servers, and with my cousin as well, so a lot of nostalgia with World of Warcraft, and it's a game that I will stop, but I always find myself coming back to. Oh my god, I totally forgot one. Minecraft. What am I thinking? Speaking of a game that you always find yourself coming back to, frickin' Minecraft, baby, that's how we gotta end it. Again, so many memories. I remember when first came out, I'd play with my cousin on the Xbox a little bit, and then I started getting into it on my laptop, which didn't run it very well, and I would do these dumb little builds that I would just make long tunnels that connected to mountains, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I would play with my cousin, or my friends, on our own realm that we had, and like every day after school we'd hop on, and I was like in charge of building the house. I even remember this, like I can picture it in my head right now. And then eventually we would progress and we would make our own Hunger Games maps and play that. Yeah, and then it progressed to where another group of friends that I met online, I played it a lot with them, and I have a lot of memories with them on there. And then we would kind of play on and off. Like, we'd play it for a while, then we'd stop, and then we'd get back into it and make a new world, pretty much like everybody does. And then more recently, the ASMR Craft server, it has helped grow my channel, and it has helped me get better at the game in terms of building. Before, I didn't understand all the materials and mechanics, and now I've got a pretty good grasp of it. So, yeah, Minecraft is a big part of this channel, so I definitely can't forget it. To wrap up the video, I have a funny story about Minecraft. I remember one time when we were playing Hunger Games with a group of high school friends, and we had got the map built and everything. We got the center point, we got, stuff hidden throughout the map, I think, a couple items here or there. And we go to play it, and we do the countdown. I'm like, alright, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go. We all run to the middle, grab some stuff, we all disperse. A couple minutes later, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes later, I head back to the start just to see if, anything had been left there that I could take. And I see one of my friends chilling on his platform still. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm running around just doing stuff, but you guys are all standing still on the platform. I don't know what's going on. I was like, oh my god, dude. We are all running around. You are standing still on the platform. He had very, 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 very bad internet, and so his game was just, I don't know if it lagged out or what, but he could still play and do stuff. He just wasn't actually doing anything. And it was just a funny story that me and him will kind of bring up every now and then to each other. But yeah, I'm sure that there are some games that I missed, but unless I went through my whole collection, I wouldn't remember them all. Plus, we're 40 minutes in anyway, as is. So that is going to be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like, hit subscribe for more content like this, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the continued support, and I'll see you in the next episode.